Good afternoon, guys and girls. Rob here with you here this Friday afternoon. Um, and I'm just going to talk with you a little bit, and we'll see what everybody's got going on. Um, First off, watching Colin Cowherd. So, take from that what you want to take from it. And Colin Cowherd is saying there's 14 teams in the NFL right now. They've got their quarterback, and they're happy. They're happy. You know, they're happy. Just simply put, um, say what you want to say about anybody. They are not. Um, they're not going after another quarterback. Let's say it that way. Okay. Um, and I saw the list, and immediately I was like, really, really? And he says, well, Kirk Cousins, you can't put on that list because if somebody came knocking right now with the Vikings, Kirk Cousins would be expendable. And I immediately look down and I see the Indianapolis Colts on there. And I'm like, okay, last I heard, they got Carson Wentz. Um, what has he ever won? What has he ever won? Um, Still got, they still got Russell Wilson on there. Yeah, Russell Wilson's won stuff in the past. He's hurt. He's getting old. Don't tell me if somebody comes calling to Seattle about we've got a quarterback, the right one. I don't say. I don't believe for a second that they would. Well, we've got the quarterback of our future. No, no, you don't. Your quarterback, your future is one that you're going to have to bring through the system. Don't think for a second. I don't think for a second. I don't believe anybody else out there believes Russell Wilson is capable now of winning a Super Bowl with the team he's got around him and the health of himself. No, no, don't. When you try, what was it? Was it Tolstoy said it? Maybe it's far worse to deceive yourself than to deceive all others. Yeah, when you get it set in your brain that this is what's happening, no. No, 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 no. No. And I look down the list, and the Jets are not on that list. And I'm thinking to myself, so you're really, 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 really going to tell me that the Jets right now, with the kid, with the rookie, right, would go out here and go look for a quarterback quicker than the Colts were? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your head? They just spent a number 2 pick on this guy, and you're telling me the Jets don't have the quarterback. You're. I mean, you are out there. It's nuts. It really is. Sending some people some notifications here if we can do it. We'll see what's happening. Um, Trying to let everybody know that we're around. Um, uh, yeah, here we go. But was going to watching NASCAR playoffs. I'm not going down to. I'm not going down to um, um, Martinsville. No, I'm not riding down there. I'm not going down there. The wind and air. No, I'm not going out there. Um, Packers beat the Cardinals. Packers beat the Cardinals, and Everything is thrown at this kid for the Cardinals. Everything, all the whole gauntlet's being thrown down at this kid's feet. What is wrong? Why couldn't they take care of a Packers team without their top three receivers? Look, and I am one of the toughest critics on this Cardinals quarterback. I say he's not a all pro quarterback. Hall of Fame? Hell no. Not even close. I don't even think he's a Pro Bowl quarterback. I don't think he's that good. I think he's overrated as hell. He can outrun most quarterbacks. But last night he couldn't throw the ball into the side of a barrel. And that's most quarterbacks if you put pressure on him. He's fast. But last night you also saw he was limping off the field too. And now these weeks get shorter. The weeks get shorter between times. You're going to be back next week, and you're going to be limping a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more between now and the end of the season. And I'm telling you, the quarterbacks that are capable of standing behind the line of scrimmage, throwing the football, I don't care if you roll out or not, but if you're running 10 plus times a game, you're not what a team needs to win a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson is not what the Ravens need to win a Super Bowl. Sorry. They're just not. I'll include the Kansas City quarterback. If he's going to start running 10, 15 times a game, he's going to get hurt too. One of the best. I mean, the kid can roll out of the pocket as well as anybody in the game. But if he starts in running, and I'll put Rodgers in the same category. If Rodgers is going to start running 10 plus times a game, they're going to be looking for a quarterback. It is not what you need in a quarterback. When you give them the paperwork for a job application, and you want them as your quarterback, number one, you want a brain in their head. Number two, you want to make sure they know how to throw a football. You notice I say you got to have a brain in your head first, because we got quarterbacks out there that are not the sharpest knives in the drawer. Can throw for 400 yards, but they're still not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Desean Watson. Any team that goes for this kid, and I'm hearing Miami is serious about it. They're ready to lay Tua to the side after 13 starts. 13 starts. They're ready to put Tua to the side, and we saw what Tua could do in college. And I agree. I don't think Tua is a all-star, or I'm not going to say he's not a Super Bowl winning quarterback, because there are some quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls. I don't think he is a perennial Pro Bowler every year. Tua. I don't think there's any way. But having said that, I would rather have Tua as my quarterback than a lot of quarterbacks out there. Give me Tua over Jameis Winston. Damn right. We know what Jameis Winston's good for. 4 touchdowns, 400 yards week 1, week 2, whatever. Week 3, 148 yards, 4 picks. Inconsistent. That's the word. If Tua can learn his role, throw the ball 25 to 28 times, 20 to 28 times a game, maybe not even that many. Roll out. If you got to run a couple times a game, do it. Be able to roll out to your left, roll out to your right, and even do the option. But do it effectively. And, throw to the open receiver. And if you have to, throw it away. Throw the ball away. It's not difficult. It's hard to do maybe in the NFL, but it's not difficult to tell somebody what is needed. Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan he's not a Hall of Famer. Matt Ryan's not a Hall of Famer. What the hell does he ever win? I've heard people say he's a Hall of Famer. No, he's not. What the hell did Matt Ryan ever win? No Super Bowls. A losing record, I think, in the playoffs. I think he's got a winning record in the regular season, but shit. What does that get you? Cup of coffee. That's what they get you. It's crazy. Totally nuts. I love hearing people tell me, well, Lamar Jackson is, well, he is an MVP. MVP. We're a little loose with that word sometimes. MVP means that year he was the best player. MVP does not mean he's a Hall of Famer. Look at Cam Newton was an MVP. Cam Newton can't find a job at the Dairy Freeze now. He can't go to Dairy Queen and scoop ice cream for him. I'm sorry. I might be being mean. But is Cam Newton a Hall of Famer? Hell no. No. He's not. He's not a Hall of Famer, and neither is Lamar Jackson right now. Lamar Jackson plays well in the regular season. That's fine. Fine and dandy. There's a lot of good quarterbacks that played great in the regular season. Take a look at Dan Fouts. Dan Fouts was a great regular season quarterback. He may be a Hall of Famer. Would he ever win, though? Would he ever win? He was great during the regular season. He didn't ever win anything. Dan Fouts threw for many, many yards, but he never won nothing. Lamar Jackson, he wins regular season games. When it's time to play the playoffs, the linebackers screw a little tighter up, tighten their bolts up in their shoes, and then they knock the ever-living hell out of him. And they clean his clock a couple times because he keeps running the football. Kyler Murray is going to have to get out of that. He's got to. Josh Allen does it too much. He runs too much. And this kid throws for 350 yards almost every game, like Dak Prescott does. And Prescott will run a couple of times when he doesn't need to. These kids have got to learn that throwing the football away 8 rows up in the stands is fine. That's fine. Just don't throw it to the other jersey coming and running back the other way. Hell, throwing the ball straight on the ground. That's better than fumbling it. Intentional grounding, loss of down. So what? So what? We're going to punt the ball now. So what? We're going to punt the ball now. You're going to get the ball down on the other end of the field. We're not giving it to you right here. But for everything that I heard last night, everything was thrown on this Kyler Murray kid. When is the Cardinals defense going to step up and say, look, we didn't win this game. And his receivers didn't help him a hell of a lot either. He's supposed to have some of the best receivers in the game. Supposed to have the best receivers in the game. They did very little to help him out very much when he was running for his life last night. And that's credit to the Green Bay Packers. They did what they had to do. They slowed his ass down. Made him wonder what he was going to do next with the ball. So the Pack, they win last night. Me and Harris got that one together. Troy, talk about another team that's went down the tubes the last couple of weeks. Coastal, they lose a game, and now they just about lost last night. Troy should have beat them. Simple as that. They were at Coastal. Troy should have beat them. Michigan State. The Michigan State coach is now being talked about for the USC job and for the LSU job. This cannot help Michigan State going into this week. For everybody to be chasing after their coach. Nobody's chasing after Harbaugh. Trust me, Harbaugh's going to get sent on his way soon enough anyway. But everybody going after this Michigan State coach now, it's not helping the Spartans this week. Now, I picked the Spartans to win outright. But I don't like the aura that's around this team right now. You know, he's going to USC. He's going to LSU. Chances are he does leave. Now, there is a chance he won't. You beat Michigan this week. You beat Ohio State when you play them. Then you beat Iowa if they're in the Big Ten championship game, and then you go to the playoff. Win or lose in the playoff, doesn't matter about that. You make it to that top four, he may stay. But otherwise, if they lose to Michigan tomorrow, if they lose to Ohio State, or if they lose to Iowa, and they don't make that top four playoff, there's a good chance he leaves, I think. I think there's a great chance he'll end up being one of the new coaches out there next year, whether it's at USC or LSU. Another big name that's been mentioned for the USC job. I had it last night, and let's see who. Anyway, what happened was, I'm gonna figure out who it was. Number one, and then number two, he got contacted about the USC job through the president of the school. President of the school contacted him, not the AD. The athletic director did not ask one question. Brian Kelly of Notre Dame. The president of the school, the president of USC contacted Brian Kelly. Something's not right there already. Number one, who would leave USC to go? Who would leave Notre Dame to go to USC? Not many. Notre Dame's got more of a program going on right now than Notre Dame's got a better program than USC. No doubt. But is there a way to sweeten the pot? Is there a way to put a sweetener in to get Brian Kelly to come to USC? I say yes. If you get rid of your AD and you make him the AD and the coach. Not only is he the coach of your football team, he's the athletic director. Now, is that a whole lot to put on one's plate? Of course it is. Of course it is. But by Mike Bone not even contacting him, and he not even know who Mike Bone was. I mean, he may have known who Mike Bone is, but hadn't talked to him. And he's talked to somebody in the school. I don't know about that. I really don't. It's crazy, 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 crazy stuff. Um, see what else is happening in the world right now. Um, Bob Melvin's the new Padres coach, Padres manager. Bob Melvin. I'll be the first to admit I didn't mention his name, and I think he'll be a good fit. Good fit. Um, very smart that they get him now. There's going to be more. There's going to be more bricks to fall. I think. I think he's a good hire. Um, we'll see what happens there. Um, if well, tonight is high school football night all over the country, so I'm sure a lot of people will be going to high school football games. College football tomorrow. Michigan State, big game. Georgia, Florida, huge game, huge implication. Texas Tech, Oklahoma, another one with big time implications on it. Even if you don't want to admit it or not. Cincinnati, Tulane, big time implications there. Um, Penn State, Ohio State. If Penn State found a way to win that game tomorrow, that just flips the whole script of the Big Ten. Um, UNC Notre Dame still a watchable type game. I'm liking Notre Dame in that ball game more and more. The more I'm hearing things now, the more and more I'm liking Notre Dame tomorrow. Um, Cincinnati, they may trip up. Tulane's not going to be the trip up destination, even though they're going to be on the road. Yes, they're not going to trip up tomorrow. Um, I like the home team, Michigan State. Spartans, 4 points. Some places you hear 4.5. Some places you even hear as much as 5. Um, I, I thought the line would go down to 3. I really did, and it's not. It's going the other way. People are betting money like mad on Michigan. I'm feeling even more and more comfortable about Michigan State right there. If people leave their coach alone over the weekend. Iowa, Wisconsin 3.5 point dogs here. I mean 3.5 point favorites. Everything to me right here points to Iowa. They can run the football better. They have a better run defense, that's for sure. And if they don't let Wisconsin run all over them, they should easily be able to keep this within a field goal. Texas Baylor, we went with the favorite here. Baylor at home. Um, I think Texas's tread on its tires is about to give out. I really do. Texas has ran straight up a mountain and then ran straight down the mountain, straight up a mountain, straight down the mountain, and they're just incapable of playing 3 straight weeks in a row. Solid, solid football. They're just not capable of doing it. I don't think tomorrow they show up against Baylor and win. I just don't see it. I think Baylor wins by more than a field goal. I like Baylor. Um, what else we got going on? We're gonna have my man Allen on very soon. I'm supposed to find out something from him today. let's see. I haven't heard from Alan yet. We're going to have his wild card picks for our golf that we're going to do in December. Should be very, very interesting. You guys can pick his golfer. You guys can pick my golfer. I got 5 choices out there, and it's already been about 7 votes already. Is all it's been so far. So we'll see what happens there. Um, I want to thank Atma Bryan yesterday for coming on. He came on for a bit. Harris Jessup came on for a while. Um, I don't know my schedule for tonight. We may be on for a bit, find out what everybody's got going on. Seeing if everybody is confident in their picks only um, a little less than 24 hours before game times tomorrow, once tonight happens. Um, this week, the race at Martinsville decides the Final Four for next week at Phoenix. They left Kansas, I believe, last week. Come all the way back to the East Coast, race at Martinsville, and then they go all the way back to Phoenix the following week. So, logistics nightmares is what I call that. But I'm sure they're finished up with all their cars for the season now. They should be anyway. Shining them up for Phoenix and getting them ready to go out the door, I would think. Um, should be interesting. And we'll see if Kyle Busch can win his 3rd title. He's looking to win number 3. Should be very, very, very interesting. Um, let's see. Some of my banners. Here we go. Created a few, and got that up there. And oh, there we go. Pretty cool there. So, and also always like to thank StreamYard for helping us out here. StreamYard, it's a lot of fun to get on here with StreamYard. Um, so yeah, we're able to get on here and do what we like to do and have fun. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Um, let's see what else we got going on here. I don't see the comments, Jackie. Yeah, I covered the comments up. The only way I get the comments now is if it gets read, then I'm able to open them back up. It's weird. So weird. Yeah. So, what do we got going on for tonight? Really, right now, we'll probably play another baseball game. I may test out my Inside the Cup golfers tonight. I may do that. Also, like to always find out how everyone's doing in and out in chat land. That's always fun, fun, fun to find out what's happening. Um, so we'll see. Wow. How about this? Phillies. What's up, Keith? Phillies pitcher Zach Wheeler. He came from the Mets, and he's been with the Phillies now. Puts his Philadelphia condo on the market. Um, wow. So, um, so, um, he must really have some. He must have some people talking to him that he's interested in maybe leaving Philly. That might be the case. Um, Obviously, if he wins the Cy Young Award, they're going to pay him a little extra. Philadelphia may have told him, nope, we're not going to do it. But, that's not a good sign for Philadelphia if they lose him. They're going to start all over. Um, so, is Keith around? Keith hollered for Sean, but I haven't seen Sean. Sean was here for a little bit, um, but he hasn't been here very much. And there we go. There we go. So, um, we're going to see about this Brian Kelly situation. I still think there could be some smoke if there's fire out there. My wife's phone's going crazy. Um, if there's smoke, there's fire some places sometimes, or that's what they generally say. I think there's a good chance something's up with this. If Brian Kelly goes to USC, he's more than likely going to be the AD and the head coach. Um, I know the NCAA frowns upon that. They don't like that. Why? I'll tell you why. Sometimes they have AD conventions. Phoenix, New Orleans, Orlando, Atlanta, Dallas, LA. They have conventions for the athletic directors, and they don't like it when some of them say, "Nope, we can't make it because I'm doing my job as a football coach." And so, especially the leagues don't like it. You know, the Big 12's not going to like it. Pac-12 rather, Pac-12. They're not going to like it a lot, but they can't hold any money against you, or anything like that, for hiring a head coach and an AD together. All that means is it's more money for the coach. That's all it means. And he has something to do with the tennis, the ladies golf team, the ladies tennis, ladies basketball, men's basketball, men's golf, whatever. He's just got a little more say. He's got some say in all of it. And better believe that football would be his number one priority. Baseball would take a back seat. It would, and it needs to. Football should be the highest priority because it's the one that's making the money for the school. Swimming's not. Track and field's not making any money for you. It's football. Basketball's helping, yes. And I'm talking about the men's game. The ladies are not drawing that many people. Drawing a thousand here, 2,000 here, whatever. But if your team is not Connecticut, called the Huskies, they're not getting 6, 7, 8,000 in a building every night. It's just not happening. I don't care where you're at. Connecticut Husky ladies, they may be. They could be. Because they've been so high on the totem pole. But so is Tennessee women. They haven't been selling out for 20 years. They just haven't. And we'll see what happens. I was going to hang around a while and see if some of the guys are going to show up. Doesn't look like it. So, uh, may see you again tonight, may not. We'll see what happens. God bless. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.